Hi guys, it's album review time. We've got Tygers of Tang and Bloodlines. First of all, I've said on a couple of videos already, I want to say thank you to Wings of Steel, the American metal band, for sending me this great t-shirt. Sent me a few days ago. They got an album coming out called Gates of Twilight on May the 19th. It's an amazing album. I reviewed it a couple of days ago. Check it out. So, Tygers of Tang, Bloodlines. This came out on May the 5th. I've just got around to listening to this a couple of times. 10 tracks. 13th studio album from this English new wave of British heavy metal band. So this band were formed in 1978 in Northeast England, and they were running until 1987. They broke up, came back in 99, and have been together since, I believe. So I'll tell you what's cool about this band, apart from, you know, having some amazing musicians in the past, which is cool. John Sykes was there for a couple of early albums. And at that time, I think Love Potion No. 9 was like the song. Not sort of Sykes was in the band then, but when I was about 10, 11 years old or whatever, Love Potion No. 9, which is sadly a cover, but it was like the song I remember when I was younger. But for me, the band have been at their best lately, especially since 2016, in my opinion, when their self-titled album came out. I think they're really on a roll. They sound better than ever. And let me just say from the beginning here, this is going to make my albums of the year. This is a brilliant album from start to finish. I love the way they keep their new wave of British heavy metal sound, but they've got loads of sort of fresh stuff, and they inject some fresh stuff, some real melody into their sound. They do it brilliantly, better than any other band from that era, I would say. There's some great bands that are, you know, new bands that are emulating that new wave of British heavy metal era really well as well. You know, Night Demon and Haunt and bands like that. But I think Tygers of Tang, from a band that actually were from that era, do it better than anyone else. They are brilliant at it. But, you know, because I think you can't just stay in that era only. You know, they inject so much melody into their songs now, and they give you so much of an interesting listen. That's what makes this album one of the albums of the year for sure. So on the vocals, Jack Melee has been actually in the band for a long time now, and I love his vocals, man. He's just an outstanding singer. Clean throughout, obviously. You know, this is a new wave of British heavy metal band. They're not an extreme metal band. So clean vocals, just soars. His beautiful tone. He's got some real soul to his voice as well. The perfect singer for this band. Rob Weir, who's a founding member, is on the guitar, along with Francesco Maras. Some brilliant guitar playing on this, man. I mean, not being funny or anything, they don't even need to think about John Sykes when they've got two guitarists like this. They are fucking amazing guitarists. Just some of the most mind-blowing soloing and riffing you've heard. Outstanding from these guitarists. Hugh Holding and Craig Ellis make up the rhythm section. You've got Hugh Holding on the bass, Craig Ellis on the drums. Hugh Holding is the newest member, I believe, along with Francesco Maras. And he does a brilliant job. Thumping bass lines, real groove laden this album for sure. And of course, Craig Ellis has been a long time member as well on the drums. Brilliant, brilliant rhythm section. So yeah, this is an amazing album, guys. And will appeal not just to people who like new wave of British heavy metal. I think, you know, it appealed to people who love like melodic hard rock. It's got everything, this album. Let me run you through my favourite tracks, and there's a lot of them. Edge of the World is the first track, and it's a single. After a quiet, sort of mysterious beginning, the band hit you hard with a brilliant frenetic riff. This song has some great melodic Eastern guitar melodies throughout, but they hit hard with a classic new wave of British heavy metal chorus. A very cool instrumental section that sees the band sort of break down into more of their subtle Eastern melodies again, and an excellent, just outstanding guitar solo. In My Blood is the second track. Deep beneath the earth lies a damaged soul. What a great groove-laden track this is. Perfectly paced. It sees the band at their most melodic. Medium-paced chugging sort of emphasises the heaviness before the chorus just pops out your speakers. An excellent track. Fire on the Horizon. So this was a single as well. The new wave of British heavy metal roots coming on strong in this track, but they are also so far away from their 80s beginnings. They've injected so much over the years into their sound. Busy guitar work drives this fast track along brilliantly. It's a fast, sometimes chuggy rocker, and it's a brilliant choice for a single. Light of Hope is the next track, track 4. A very cool and ultra melodic song. Surely a future single. To tell you the truth though, a lot of these songs could be singles. I love the lead vocal here, really soulful delivery. I did say he's got a soulful voice, it's amazing. This really has like a late 70s, early 80s feel in the chorus, but still feels so fresh as well. A standout track. Back for Good is the next track. This was a single. Fuck yeah, I love this song. I've said before, this band has a real groove and this showcases that perfectly. Some slight AC/DC vibes here, I would say, only slightly. And it perfects a mid-80s Sunset Strip vibe too. It's sort of got a mixture of both. It's very cool. An amazing stomping track that is so infectious. It's a lifetime playlist for me track. This is 100% playlist. Taste of Love. It's a ballad and it's amazing. One of the best tracks on the album. That's all I can say. A perfectly executed ballad that sees the band pull on the heartstrings from the opening piano part to the last guitar lick and vocal melody. One of the best ballads I've heard for a long time, guys. First time listen, this song just got me. It got me. It grabbed me as a ballad should. Amazing songwriting. Check out Taste of Love. Next one I want to talk about is Believe. This is a brilliant medium pace track that sees the guitar riffs hitting hard while they exchange with Jack Melle's soulful and powerful vocals. Melle puts some cool little nuances on his vocal lines, sort of something I miss a little bit in rock and metal these days. Sort of the way they sing the lines, not just trying to cram in words, making it just as catchy. One of the catchiest things about this band are the vocal melodies. He puts on a bit of an Eastern twist on his voice in this one. Amazing stuff. A New Heartbeat is next. This song was actually released last year, I believe, on an EP. A groove-laden heavy rock track that yet again sees the band sounding so fresh while injecting their new wave of British heavy metal roots into it as well. Such a catchy song with some outstanding guitar work throughout. This band really hit hard sometimes, and also it's so infectious with their melodies. Amazing stuff. Making All the Rules is the last track. And it's an amazing track to finish on. It's sort of slow and medium pace track. The final track sees the band finish so strong. It has that epic feel. Although the song is only 4.5 minutes long, it still sounds so epic. It sees light and shade used perfectly with acoustic guitars, vocals, and of course injects some of that heavy guitar that they're so good at. Nostalgia feels here for me as I see a band that know how to write a song with that emotion, and they will have that staying power, like with multiple listens with songs. This one straight away I was hooked. Amazing stuff. What a great track. This track could have been 12 minutes long as far as I was concerned. It would have made me happy, but it's perfect as it is. Guys, this is one amazing album. It's available everywhere now. It's Tygers of Tang. Makes me really proud to actually say they're from England. And what a great band they are. They are amazing. Bloodlines. It's available everywhere, guys. You're going to get it? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you soon.